Please join me in welcoming IvySlater, the CEO of Slater Success, a boutique coaching consulting company focused to driving sustainable growth, effective succession, and savvy leadership. Ivy brings more than 2 decades of entrepreneurial experience, having scaled her first business, Slater Graphics, to multiple 7 figures in the competitive New York City market. And I'm from New York, and it's very competitive. Ivy is a sought-after speaker, author, and podcast host of her success story. Most importantly, Ivy is known for her practical approach to strategic planning and succession planning. Today, Ivy will share her expertise in her talk, Building for the Long Game, Why Succession Planning is Critical to Scaling Success. Get ready to learn how intentional planning for the future can transform your leadership and organizational growth. Please welcome IvySlater.
How many people here has ever done succession planning? A couple. Okay. How many people believe succession planning is aligned or for retirement planning? Yes, it's true. At times it is for retirement planning, and there's times it's not. In 2007, I was running Slater Graphics, my printing company in New York City. I was 45. I was successful, no doubt. I was raising my kids in New York, a childhood dream. Living the life, I ran a good business, ran a good team, I had great clients. In April was my birthday month. I should have been celebrating. I was turning 45. Woohoo! It's great. It was also the first anniversary of my dad's passing. And I completely hit a brick wall. I had what we commonly called a midlife crisis. I know it sounds dramatic, yet it is true. I really ever feel like you hit that brick wall, you just kind of came at it, didn't see where it was coming. I went to order my Starbucks, and I would cry to the barista. It was before the app people. I started early on as a dancer. I danced. I actually have a degree in dance and a degree in communications. At 23, I blew out my knee. And post-surgery, the doctor said, "You will never dance again." That was the first time I needed to change my career on a moment's notice. There was rent to be paid in New York, and it was pricey, even back then. I did a few different things, and later in my 20s, I started building a book of business in the printing industry. I was doing fairly well. I went on and opened my own company called Slater Graphics. I had a niche market. You know, you need a niche. I had a niche market. It was the magazine publishing industry. Those of you who remember magazines, you know, you turn the page. There was W Magazine. There was Harper's Bazaar. There was New York Magazine, Advertising Age, and the trade publications. I was doing great on the outside, but I knew something had to change. I could not die a printer. There was more to me. I was a dancer, damn it. There was more to me. And I had to figure out what it was. In 2008, I opened Slater Success. So if you think about it, at 23, we turned the whole career around when we couldn't dance anymore. At 45, I entered my next succession, divesting myself of Slater Graphics with a smooth transition from my team, my clients, and my legacy with a 3-year transition plan, or commonly known as a 3-year succession plan. Why is this important? This was the catalyst to everything I do today. Succession planning is not where you are, it's where you're going. It's that bridge from the present to your future, and most importantly, the future of the organizations we lead and the impact and legacy that gets left behind. If we don't think about that and we don't pay attention to it, we're not doing a service to ourselves. So when we think of the legacy you are leaving. Stay in that succession plan. The meaning of succession plan, because I did look this up because I was curious, right, is a process and strategy for replacement and planning and passing on leadership roles. It's about our people. It is used to identify and develop new potential leaders who can move leadership roles forward when they become vacant. How often are we thinking about that? How often are we thinking about who's coming up? Who are the leaders of tomorrow? Remember that bridge. It is important to think forward. Today is December 11th. So first of all, a shout out. It's my husband's birthday. He's in New York. I'm with you. It's a great celebration. Maybe we'll sing him happy birthday later. It's also what I refer to as strategic planning time. Q4 is about strategic planning. Strategic planning goes hand in hand. It is completely linked with succession planning. We don't wait for people to say, I'm out, to do our strategic planning or to do our succession planning. We want to be ahead of the game, ahead of the curve. I was called into a client this year. They said, Ivy, can you come in? 3 of our executives will be retiring in the next 3 years. 3 was the key number. So I came in and I met with them and I ran a leadership meeting, a strategic planning meeting, a succession planning meeting. And here's the first question I asked this group. In 2027, who is going to be sitting next to you? Where are they now and how are they going to get there? My next question, for those of you who are going on to the golf course and traveling and all those wonderful things that's next for you in life, what is the legacy that you're going to leave behind? And who is going to be sharing that legacy once you leave? What will they know and how will they know it? Those are the first 2 things I did that day. I don't think they were expecting it. A couple of years ago, a client called me, a CEO of a company, and he said, can you come in? I want to talk to you. We are looking to bring this company over the sale line. I was like, sure. I know him for years, right? It's our network, people. We should know people, get to know people, meet the people next to you. So I went in and I chatted with him, and he said, we're going to take this over the sale line in the next year to 2. I need alignment in our executive team. They're all vested, they'll all win, but I can't have that chaos that's going on around this discussion. This one wants this one thinks that. He goes, we need to be unified. Part of succession planning isn't always just about the people, it's about the organization and the people. So I worked with that organization for about a year, as a group, as a leadership team, as well as individuals. So each one of them was aligned in their vision and what they wanted next. We have to talk about the things that keep on bouncing. The things that keep on bouncing. Resilience is important, as it was mentioned. Here's the key. Every day, I suggest to you to show up with a what can I do attitude. Not what you can't do. There's a laundry list of that. We can go on and on and on. What can you do? Identify what can you do every day and you will move forward. Know that success is about the baby steps, not the giant steps. My definition of success is actions, small actions, plus consistency, underlined 3 times, equals results, which is your success. So I want to leave you with 5 things you can take note of today. Number 1, create your succession and strategic plan. If you have not already done so, feel free to chat with me today about it. Let's get moving. Number 2, identify the key roles and future leaders of your organization. Start it today. Create your talent roadmap. Highway 66, 95 north and south. How are people getting to where they're going? What do you need to do for them? How are we going to get them there? And what's the legacy the leaders who are moving on are going to leave behind? Create your contingency plan. I read a book a few years ago. Mike Myers wrote the foreword. And he said, God plans. I'll say that over. He said, Mike Myers said, man plans, God laughs, right? We know that. Say this again. Man plans, God laughs. A, keep a sense of humor. B, if you couldn't figure this out, I am a planner by nature. This is not a hobby. This is my whole life experience, right? We have to plan, but we also have to keep a sense of humor. Last of all, lean into your team. Don't do this alone. Don't sit at your desk with a piece of paper or an Excel spreadsheet. Bring in brain power. The conversation, the brainstorm is vital and has key roles to the great energy that's created. Bring in outside consultants, peers, mentors, whatever is working for your organization. That outside point of view truly is helpful. Last but not least, I want to thank AENC for the invitation to be here today with all of you. Very grateful. Feel free to see me downstairs. I have a lovely little booth. It's fun. You can download a toolkit that I created for succession planning. Take a look at it. We even printed out a couple of copies. It's a great resource. I brought a few copies of my last book, which is always fun. Most importantly, this is the important piece, ladies and gentlemen. Stop by and let me know the one thing, your takeaway on this conversation around succession planning. Thank you.
Thank you, Ivy.